Welcome to the second bonus block of our Celebrating the States Block of the Month. For our quilt, this block will represent Puerto Rico. For this block, you will need 3 fabrics, a light, a medium, and a dark. From the light fabric, cut 2 strips that are 1 5/8 inch wide by width of fabric. Subcut these strips into 4 sections that are about 14 inches long. You will have some leftover pieces. From the medium fabric, cut 2 or 3 strips that are 1 3/4 by the width of fabric. Subcut these strips into sections that are about 14 inches long. I didn't want to use the pieces with the fold in the center, which is why I cut from 3 strips. From the dark fabric, cut 4 squares that are 5 inches by 5 inches. With right sides together and using 1/4 inch seam allowances, sew 4 of the light strips to 4 of the medium strips. To help me alternate the seams so that the strip piecing won't curve as I'm sewing, I always kept the white fabric on top. Press towards the medium fabric. Piece 2 more medium strips to 2 of these units. Piece the remaining strip sets to these 2 sections. Each strip set should be 5 fabrics across, 3 of the medium and 2 of the light. You will have 2 of these units. Once pressed, the strip set should measure 6.5 inches across and 14 inches long. Carefully press to the medium fabrics. You could also press all of these seams open if that is what you prefer. If the seams are stubborn and won't lay flat for you, you can always use a little Mary Ellen's Best Press Spray to help things out. I also like to press the seams flat first and then press them to one side. Place 2 dark squares right sides together and then sew all the way around 1/4 inch away from the edge. You do not have to leave an opening to turn things around. You just need to sew all 4 sides. Before I cut my squares, I did press them so they would be extra flat. If you wanted all 4 of the triangles in the block to be different blues, all you would need to do is to use 4 different squares of fabric, and then you'll flip over half of them, and that'll give you 4 different fabrics for the triangles. From each of the strip sets, cut 2 squares that are 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches. Cut the dark squares that have been sewn together corner to corner to get 4 triangle units. Trim the corner on the triangle units to prevent bulk. Turn each of the triangles right side out. I have this little point turner that helps me get a nice crisp corner. Before we add the triangles to our block, we need to press them flat. Baste the triangles to the squares. Make sure it's centered as best you can. I just kind of eyeballed it, But if you wanted to get technical, you could get a ruler out and make sure that the point is right in the center. Stitch it in place about 1/8 an inch away from the edge. Trim the excess triangle points. Make 2 half blocks that are exactly the same. You'll have one where the triangle is at the top and one where it's on the side. The triangles should be next to each other, not on top of each other. Press towards the medium strip. The block will kind of naturally lay this way, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure out which way to press. And then we're going to sew the 2 halves together. The seam in the center should nest together. It should be quite easy to sew. Once pressed, this block will measure 12.5 inches by 12.5 inches. Now we have the 4 squares together with the triangles in between them, and it should form a pinwheel. The seams will lay the flattest if you flip it over and take out the 2 stitches right in the center and kind of make those seams pinwheel around the block. Press the block one more time just to make sure it lays nice and flat. If you do not want the triangle points to be 3D, you could stitch them down with a straight stitch or a decorative stitch. This block could be made a lot scrappier if every medium fabric and light fabric were different fabrics, and you could also change up the colors on the pinwheel and have lighter ones and darker ones, and have matching pinwheels or pinwheels that have all 4 different colors. Make sure to give us a thumbs up if you like the video, leave a comment for us, share with your quilting friends, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and happy quilting!